welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Not sure if it's going to do one video or two videos today. Depends a wee bit on what Brendan Rodgers says at the press conference and whether there's any other interesting news coming out of Lennoxtown and Celtic Park, etc. But thought I would start today with a wee look at a new left back that is said to be on Celtic's radar. A few sites are putting his name forward as a player that Celtic have looked at or should be looking at. And apologies to anybody who speaks Polish for my pronunciations, but the particular player is a 23-year-old Polish player called Bartlomiej Wdowik, currently playing for Jagellonia in Poland, and that's the second place team in the Polish First Division, and so is a player playing at high level in Polish football, and he made his full international debut for Poland in November 2023. So he's very much an up-and-coming player. There has been a little bit of transfer interest from some of the Croatian and Serbian teams, and also some interest appears from Galatasaray in Turkey. And as I said, there has been some reports on the internet that he is a player that Celtic have been considering or maybe increasingly looking at in the future. So what I did, as I often try and do on this channel, is I've researched some highlight reels for the player, and we'll just pop that in now, and then we'll have a wee chat regarding his stats, a bit of analysis. Great. Hopefully you enjoyed that highlights reel of Wdowik. The highlight reel is very, very predominantly him in the attacking phase of the game. However, I've also researched his defensive stats from his current season in Poland with Jagellonia. Now, just for a wee recap, so Bartlomiej Wdowik is 23, 6 foot tall, current Polish international. His contract expires in June 2025, so the sort of player where transfer bid a year before, i.e. this summer transfer window, often gets him at a good price, and also is working with a team who is willing to let their player go. He has been at Jagellonia for 4 years. His career stats are interesting in that over his whole career for them, 102 games, 12 goals and 9 assists. And where, for me, it's very interesting is in the 23-24 season, i.e. the current season, he's had 22 games for them, 9 goals and 3 assists. So of his 12 career goals over 4 years for Jagellonia, 9 have been this season. As you can see from the highlights reel, he is especially good at taking free kicks. Scored obviously a lot of direct free kick goals there. Also this season, 3 successful penalty kicks out of 3. And Celtic have been kind of crying out for a player who scores penalty goals on a very regular basis and scores direct free kicks on a very regular basis. Now, Luis Palma certainly fulfilled that criteria from his time in Honduran football and in Greek football, although his success rate for direct free kicks and penalties has not been that good for Celtic. However, what we do see from Wdowik is a player who has very powerful shots, very good control of the ball. Also, what I took from the video is a player with a lot of strength, good pace, ability to dribble, all able to hold off a challenge, good positional sense, good vision, able to make a good pass. That's borne out also by his stats from this season in the Polish top division. Just looking at some of those stats, his average rating for the season so far has been 7.4 out of 10, which obviously shows he's a very consistent player and plays at a good high level each game. Creates 1 big chance per game for the team, which, given the fact he's a fullback, is impressive. He has good stats in terms of things such as tackling, interceptions, clearances, ball recovery, good in the air also. And his stats stack up as good as Craig Taylor's in all the categories, and certainly considerably better than Alessandro Bernabei's stats in any category. Also significant, doesn't give away a lot of fouls, doesn't give away a lot of yellow cards, and so he seems to be able to combine good skills in tackling, intercepting, breaking up play, and winning duels on the ground and in the air without being a player who gets himself a lot of fouls or yellow cards against him. So for me, he ticks an awful lot of the boxes that Celtic need for a new fullback. He is as good, if not better, than Taylor in his defensive stats. He's a player like Taylor who can get himself forward into the final third, very creative in the final third, definite threat for direct free kicks, shots on goal, penalty kicks, very good at taking corners as well, as was shown also on that video. He is, as I said, just over 6 foot tall, and so 5 inches taller than Greg Taylor, also 5 inches taller than Brendan Rodgers. He's just about the same height as Liam Scales, and so is also that aerial threat as well in both boxes, and is a player at 23, just coming into probably his best years, a current international, a player on the up and up. And I think from analysing him myself, that he's a player who has both good current skills to be an immediate starter for Celtic in the summer of 2024, but also a player with lots of potential to get better and better, has been shown this year with his stats with Jagellonia, where he seems to have considerably improved his skills in terms of free kicks, penalties, and production in the final third. And also, Celtic has a long history of Polish players fitting in well at the club. And for me, he is very reminiscent of one of my favourites from yesteryear, Dariusz Dowczyk, another player who was a good defender, a good guy in the team, and also an attacking threat from free kicks and from shots outside the box. If he turned out as good as Dariusz Dowczyk, I'd be very happy, because he was, as I said, one of my favourite players of yesteryear as I was growing up as a Celtic fan. Would love to see what you feel yourselves regarding Bartlomiej Wdowik. Said a player that some Celtic fan sites and message boards are indicating has been under consideration by Celtic, and certainly I feel a player that should be on Celtic's radar for close scouting over the next few months, and a player that I would be happy to see come to Celtic in the summer, as he brings defensive skills, attacking skills, and brings something different from any of the other players such as Arojo, Beck, who've been on the radar for Celtic, and certainly for me would be an upgrade on Greg Taylor, and likely to fit in well into the Celtic team and the Celtic way of playing. So that finishes things off for this wee video. If you have enjoyed this video and have had a wee look at the other videos on the channel, the other content on the channel, do feel free to click that subscribe button. There's a like button as well, and there's the comment section also for your own thoughts regarding Wdowik or any other left backs you've been noticing yourself as potentials for Celtic in the 24-25 season and beyond. So for now, goodbye and hail, hail.